Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to The Curse of Strahd, a customized D&D campaign played on Roll20. When we last left our heroes, I don't want to put words in our DM's mouth, but I'm pretty sure we're going to roll for initiative in a minute. So, Jonin, what's going on?
We're off to fight the wizard.
What are we facing?
Okay. Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd, where our heroes, now known as the Silver Stakes, are trapped in the land of Barovia, a land encased in mist and ruled by the cruel vampire Strahd von Zarovich. Last time, after Strahd declared that he would destroy Vallaki in 10 days, our heroes got to work on their various tasks. First was speaking with Lady Watcher. The Silver Stakes tried to be diplomatic, but it was clear that Lady Watcher had schemes of her own, and this led to a fight with her at a book club. In other words, a cult of necromancers. And it ended with several violent deaths. From there, the group had more diplomatic success. After talking with the Vistani, whilst they were distrustful of the townsfolk given their history, the group were able to convince them to at least stay out of the fight and flee Barovia. Afterwards, they met with the Dusk Elf leader Casimir, who divulged a plan he had to revive his sister, using the power of the Amber Temple, the source of Strahd's power. For good measure, he also revealed another plan of his, to sneak into Castle Barovia itself. The group agreed to meet with him tomorrow morning and combine this trip with their other errands. But before the day was out, they had one other person to meet, the Mad Mage, a spellcaster who wanders the woods on the other side of Lake Sarovich, below Mount Bakatost. The group found him and made many persuasive arguments, but unfortunately this mage was both crazy and paranoid. Thus, he refused to listen to any kind of reason. It is currently 5 p.m. You have 10 days remaining, and an angry mage about to throw spells at you all. Speaking of which, everyone roll initiative, please.
Yes. That's
I,
how we do.
Retyped it in because of course.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, sorry, that music was loud on him.
No, I like it. It was just a sudden duh. like stuff just got real.
By the way, I like how from left to right we have the first three of us, and then beard.
Well, you know, halfsies.
Is this techno?
I was just thinking this isn't exactly in keeping with the thing.
It's tense. Okay, so.
Well, Nick
Okay,
is getting turked.
Okay, so. Okay, we have Maldraff at the top, I believe, followed. Okay, Maldraff at the top, followed by Jean, followed by. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like after that it's Seth, then I believe Ward and. Yeah, no, it's Keldrin followed by Ward and then them, because for some reason my rolls are terrible.
See, the thing is, I've used all my sort of, I guess, non-harm spells in the other fights, so I'm not going to be able to talk this guy down.
In fairness, he is paranoid, and so with that in mind, top of the as his hands begin to crackle, top of the round, Maldraff, you're up.
Man, right
One shot in Maldraff.
again. All right, let's just let's get up all in his face and.
I like it.
Go for it.
That's the war cleric.
Well, I'm hoping my AC will protect me, but I'm not sure.
Must be nice having armor.
See, the one time I didn't really want to go first, so I could have a chance to plan out what I needed to do.
Hey, you know, now I'm hearing it and it's kind of funky.
Okay, so have you rolled an attack?
Like
Not
he
yet.
challenged us to a dance-off.
I was trying to go with more the intensity and craziness, but here we go.
I'll just hit him with the. How the fuck's that spear gone? There we go.
Okay, that's a hit. You come in and it there's like a brief moment where there's you feel that there is a brief resistance to the spear, but you manage to push through and it digs into his shoulder. So roll your damage. Okay, so you do 12 piercing damage as you manage to hit it, pierce him in the shoulder and pull it back up. He grunts and goes, "Ah, I see. Only Strahd's men would have that kind of power. I knew I was right."
Oh, we're on board.
Absolutely. That'll do for me for a minute.
Okay, next up, Jean.
Okay. This
Also,
it has gone
sorry,
a little
just to-
sideways. Sorry, you finish.
I was just going to remind you that Andre's down here if you need.
Okay, I don't though, so
Fair
I'll
enough.
let him be down there. This has gone a little sideways for what was supposed to be diplomacy, but it has given me an opening. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4 get around here, and like Roman Reigns running the ropes, I'm going to spear him into the ground and grapple him.
Okay.
From real spear to metaphorical spear.
I have a pun lined up, but I don't dare throw it out
22.
so early in the game.
Okay. As you going to grapple him, let's see. Sorry, wait, what's the lowest one?
21. The highest
it
is
would
22.
be the highest, 21. Yeah.
At this point,
Is he
I
dead spearing yet?
Maybe just double check.
boss level characters require boss level puns.
Suddenly, the ground explodes and you're all swallowed. Okay. Okay, so you manage to. He tries to react. You manage to come in quick and manage to. You have now grappled. You've now managed to grapple him, and he's desperately affected by going, get off me! But he is currently restrained by you.
Okay. That was what. I'm not going to attack again, but is there anything I can do with my other attack option that my other attack this round that will just legally restrain him?
I will say you can try making a strength check to push him to the ground, but that's all you can do for now.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll roll my athletics.
Okay, and he'll roll strength.
$27.
He's still struggling. But you are still managing to push him down.
And I'm just gonna end my turn by saying, believe me, this is for your greater good.
The greater good.
Aha! Aha! I know many villains say that. I know you're lying.
In his head, Jean thinks, yes, they actually do, but I mean it this time.
Okay, so you're currently you managed to restrain the man mage who it's kind of like he's kind of like a crazed dog at the moment where Jean's pinning him down, but he's just kind of flailing and going. So with that in mind, Seth, you're.
Seeing as he's kind of grappled at the moment, I'm gonna hold my action to if he casts a spell, I'll then fill him with arrows.
Okay. With that, you're holding an action. Keldrin, you're up.
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. And I'm going to hold my action to cast... Ooh, I'm not sure if this works in 5th edition. Can I hold my action to cast Dispel Magic as soon as he casts a magic spell? Like, kind of use it as an instant, almost counterspell, even though I don't have the counterspell.
If it's a permanent effect, you can use Dispel to remove it, but if he's doing a normal spell, it won't work that way.
Okay, so I've got Pathfinder on my brain.
To use a spell, you
the
use
spell
the spell
goes, yeah.
Your action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then instead I'm just gonna hold an action to throw like my typical flame cantrip at him. Should he keep being aggressive
Did he keep resisting?
By the time, let's say, I'm gonna wait. Oh, what happens on Jean's next turn? If he gets out of the grapple, I'm throwing it. If not, I'm not. Does that make sense?
Right,
I've got a trigger.
Yep, that makes total sense. Okay, so with that, Ward.
Alright, Ward really hates not raging here, but he'll take the risk. He's going to go up above him. Get his big old giant weapon out and hold it just above his head. Alright, so... You need to give up, or we're gonna kill you. You understand, right? We're on the same side.
Make me a persuasion check, but with disadvantage.
Beautiful.
2 19s. 2 19s. That was pretty damn good.
That's not bad.
He looks up and goes, compelling, but you do have the sword above me.
Yeah, I'm also mad.
And only villains are mad! I knew you were lying!
I found the hole in my argument.
As my part of my 25 words out of my round, I'm just going to say, you realize you are called mad as well, correct?
Of course they would say I'm mad. This is part of a smear campaign. I knew it! I knew Strahd still feared me.
Oh,
The only smear campaign is going to be your brains on the grass if you don't give up.
Okay.
We're diplomatic people, guys.
He also crazy, so...
Yeah, I'm going to hold to hit him if he gets out of the grapple.
Okay, and with that, it comes around to hit. And...
Actually, can I change my wording to if he casts a spell?
Yeah, that's fair. He is going to... He growls and goes, yes. I see how you do things now. You like to do it brawny. Aha! You lobby into a false sense of security, believing magic would be more than might. Well, I suppose two can play that game. And as he speaks, I'm gonna need you, Ward, because this is a magic spell. I'm gonna need you to do a quick, we'll just say it's an initiative to see if you can attack before you cast.
If he's casting a spell, I also set my trigger, but I guess I'm too far away.
You're a little too far away. That's why I'm only saying Ward at this point. So, okay. But so this is just, I will still let you have your attacks. This is just to see if you can get it in before he casts this spell. Okay, so Ward, you managed to get an attack in as he's casting, so roll your damage.
Do I have advantage if he's being grappled? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, you would. Go
On the
ahead.
ground, isn't he? So.
Yeah, he's on the ground, and Jean's holding him in place, so it's easier to hit. Either way, it's still a hit, so roll your damage.
I should have -10 that, but okay. I'm gonna re-roll the 1.
Okay. Okay, so it's 14 slashing damage as you come in. The blade slams into the back of his neck. And then there is a sudden burst of energy, and there is a sudden brief burst of energy, and all of your senses start to feel a bit weird. Time itself, his movements suddenly start becoming a blur. You're not 100% sure what's going on.
Hey. But we're not sure.
Let's see. I'm trying to get this to... And so several things happen. You blink once, his movements become a blur. You blink a second time, and you blink a second time, he appears to disappear. The third time, and I just need to find something quickly. Okay, it's gonna.
Oh boy.
Need this one.
If the third blink is a giant mad mage, I'm gonna release a little water on my next action.
Okay. Oh, it would be a giant mad mage. No. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it doesn't have multiple layers. In the next on the next, and I'm just trying to get the right folder. Damn it! Somebody finished the job.
The wonders of being a DM, people.
Yeah, it is.
Live,
okay,
everybody.
Jean, as you're you suddenly then blink, and then you see a second blur. And your AC, remind me, what's your AC?
Lower than that.
Yeah, so there's a second blur, and then suddenly, without any realization, you suddenly feel nothing but pain, and you suddenly find massive teeth clamping down on your character. Clamping down on you. For the rest of you, you all blink. A giant T-Rex has manifested. Somehow, you blinked, and he's been transformed into this terrifying giant monster. Jean, you are currently grappled as you are literally in his mouth.
This is fine.
That's as much as I can do without copyright.
And yes, and the last thing he does on his turn, he's going to use a tail attack on you, Maldraff, since you're behind him. Okay, that wasn't meant to be an advantage, but
24, ouch.
Yeah, you take 24 bludgeoning damage as you blink, and there's something hits you out of nowhere. You have you don't even have time to register what hit you exactly. You just feel this. It feels like a batter around slams you straight into the stomach. Meanwhile, Eldrin and Seth, you blink and are taken aback by this huge monstrosity that's appeared. But thankfully, you both were ready to attack. So go ahead and use your reserved actions now. That is a hit, Keldrin.
I still get 2 attacks as part of the thing, don't I?
No,
we've
think...
had this.
Yeah, we
we've
went
had
over
this
this
debate.
last time. It's just one.
Held actions are only one attack.
It works like an attack of opportunity. You only get one.
Yeah, having said that, you are still Seth, so...
And that is a hit. Frankly, it's a big target, so it's hard to miss. So the two of you just instantly are out of it. The flame singes his hide, and arrow sticks into the man, and he roars, but taking 7.5 damage and 11 piercing. But he still seems to be strong, and John is still in his mouth.
Cool.
So I just have to calculate the damage. Okay, so with that, we come back to the top of the round, and Maldraff, you're up.
Alright, I think I'll just have to throw out a Spirit Guardians, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot that doesn't work still.
Right, okay, so it's a 20-foot aura, right?
15 foot around me.
Okay. Is that square or circle?
Assume it was a circle.
With him in the middle, it works out at like essentially a 30-foot blob. You just place the center on him.
Yeah, I'm just... I don't know if you can see it, but I've added that aura around. Okay, yeah. So... And he makes a... Was it wisdom?
Wisdom, I think.
Is wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's good because it's still low for him. 14.
Yes, he's failed that.
Okay then, so as this is all going on, you quickly, just almost instinctively at this point, try to call on the Valkyries to help, and they swoop in on all sides, smacking the beast. Go ahead and roll your damage as the these maidens on horses crash into the side of him, and he takes 18 points of radiant.
It's not too bad. That's actually one of my better rolls.
Nice. He's still reeling and stumbling around. He definitely felt out that hit. And again, Jean is still inside his mouth, unfortunately. Speaking of which, Jean, you're up. Currently, you're grappled, so you can do either two things. You can either do a strength roll to try and get out, or you can attack. Keep in mind that the attacks will be a disadvantage.
Okay. I have a feeling he's going to try and eat me if I don't escape, so I'm just going to try and do that.
Okay then, so...
I'm going to... Because I think we've had a short rest since the encounter at the estate, I am going to invoke Human Determination for advantage.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Sadly, it's not quite as enough. It's not instinctively like placing your hands up and go, but unfortunately the jaws have much more power, and they're able to sort of... You're sort of in this strange contest of strength where it just appears to be the stable. You're desperately trying to keep the jaws from clamping down on you, but you haven't been able to get enough leverage to get out of it so far. So at the moment, unfortunately, you are still in the you're still on the jaws of defeat.
Oh god. Okay, bonus action, I'm gonna second wind.
Good call.
Oh, so nearly max HP. And that's not my entire turn yet, so I'm just gonna edit that. And I would like to action surge.
Okay, go ahead.
Another escape.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Not yet. You take a brief moment, you take a deep breath, and you feel a combination of the train technique plus something else that you experienced earlier, but you can't quite put your finger on. But you managed to get, but you start to regain some of your strength, and you push back, but it's still not enough to get out of the jaws of the beast at the moment.
Okay, I'll just carry on. This is fine.
Okay, with that, Seth, you're...
I'm gonna go for a hunter's mark on him, I think.
Okay.
Seth, the Death Archer. Or as Nico put it, the Death Archer type.
I am hilarious. Aren't you happy I'm here?
Suddenly, everyone starts sinking into the ground.
I mean, you already sprang a T-Rex on us, Jonah, and I don't know how much worse you can get.
Alright,
T-Rex
see
with
if I
bees
can
in his
avoid
mouth.
choking. And I'm gonna go for the sharpshooter, why not?
Okay.
Big target should be alright.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's big. It's gotta be easy to hit. Right?
That is a hit. You go ahead and roll damage. Even with everything going on, like the T-Rex thrashing about as it's being hit by the Valkyries, you, ever true to your training, you stay calm, focused, and manage to shoot an arrow. And it manages to land in one of the vulnerable parts of his neck. So the Rex still just barely managing to keep Jean in there, but it's clear you did some significant damage in there. You still have one attack, so go ahead.
As the T-Rex gets thrashed by the Valkyries. I love Dungeons and Dragons!
Yep. Oh my god! That doubles every single die.
I needed that on the last roll though. But yeah. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, you managed to in a classic Robin Hood style, you managed to... You seen that attack did damage. You managed to shoot... basically fire the arrow straight into the one that was already in its neck. And so splitting the previous arrow and then piercing straight through the neck. So it goes... Whoa! And with that, I'm going to do something very quickly before I calculate damage.
Oh yeah, concentration.
Oh yeah, that too. So... Alright, it's actually going to have to make 2 rolls now. The first off... Now, where is all this? Oh, for crying out loud. Why is Roll20 not letting me roll it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so first off, it as it goes, what? It actually manages to spit out John. So it's like just as like a gag reflex of when it's pierced, it just kind of it essentially throws John up on the ground like, what? And you manage to. It's not too hot to the ground, frankly, so you don't take any damage. You just kind of sort of stumble out in like a small roll.
I just imagine that I'm spit out. I land back first, and there's just that brief moment of.
Meanwhile, it just about manages to. You see the form of the T-Rex shimmer, but he just about manages to maintain his transformed form. However, he does take 24 plus 34 piercing damage.
Big oof.
I'm telling you guys, just let's all be Seth next time.
Everyone roll ranges.
Alright, so with that very impressive turn on Keldrin.
Okay, so if this was still a dude, I wouldn't know how to talk to him. But this is technically an animal, so I'm just gonna go, no, bad lizard, stop! And I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And I'll do it at 4th level. So if it's a 4th level or lower, then it just cancels. And if it's higher than a 4th level, I'm gonna have to roll.
That was polymorph. I think it's 4th level.
Yep, you're right. It's polymorph.
He might have cast it higher level. I don't know.
He did it. That's a loss. So Give me one moment. Spell slots, yo. So you you say that what raise a hand to, but this point the huge monster turns around and goes as his eyes widen as he feels the magic slipping away, and he transforms back into the mage with a sort of undignified. So give me one moment.
And as he does that, I just look up from the ground, finally starting to get my wind, and I just say, "Please, for the love of everything good, surrender." Oh, God.
Okay, and I'm just getting that token back. So... Oh, yeah, I'll say he plops down here, and... Okay. He is now back into the form of the Mad Mage, and with that, Ward, you're up.
Alright, did something drop me 30 HP? My token's saying I'm on 50, it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna stand
You're
over
still
him.
on more than I have,
Yeah.
so...
I don't think anything hit me though. I think it attacked Jean and Maldraff. It doesn't matter. Stand over him. You were a T-Rex. Maybe I'm also a T-Rex. No. Alright, you tried to eat my friend. He's gonna just attack him.
Okay.
Ward's moral dilemma.
Actually gonna move there so I get advantage.
And
20 is the highest.
okay, as you go in for that, you are actually. No, wait, that would have went. Never mind. You managed to hit him, so go ahead and roll it down. You gotta re-roll that one?
Reroll both
Yeah,
of them,
okay.
they were both 1 and 2.
Okay, fair. So. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you managed to come in straight for the attack and slash him across the chest. You managed to back away just enough so it's only a small nick, but it's still damaged nevertheless. That's 7 points of... And with that, it comes round to his turn. And...
Right, I'm gonna attack him again.
oh yeah, right, 2 attacks, forgot.
Well,
It's only 13.
Alright, as you come in with that, he manages to step out the way this time, go, whoop, and just manages to dodge the second one.
Alright, I'm gonna correct my health as well. And then, yeah, it says go.
With that, he looks around at us and goes, okay. Well, admit, you are very, 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 very impressive. But do you think you can handle this? And he is then going to cast Mirror Image as he creates 3 illusionary copies of himself.
Oh, only one of them was a T-Rex.
And one more. Yeah, there we go. So he has 3 illusionary copies of himself, managing to... And with that in it, and he goes, and now, let's see you catch up his hands. As what the wise man once said. He who runs lives, and he's gonna try and pelt this way.
okay.
It's an attack of opportunity. I imagine John is as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the attack.
Alright, what is it? It has to be under? How does this
No,
work
the
again?
spellcaster is the one that rolls the dice to
Okay,
determine
sorry, yeah.
if
Yeah.
it hits
You
them.
go ahead and roll that for
Yeah,
me.
I'll roll those. You make your attacks. I think the 12 would miss anyway. The longsword would hit. So
I didn't
I'm
add
going
my
to roll
bonus. It
D20.
should be 19.
Okay,
Sorry, no,
again,
it should be.
they're both
It should be.
hits,
It's
so-
plus 10. It should be 22. I was rolling the d20 for
Okay,
that thing.
either way, it hits. Okay, and so I believe. Let me just double check.
I think they're both copies. I think it has to go low, but I could be wrong.
Let's see.
Yeah, 6 or higher, it goes
6
to
or higher,
duplicate.
yeah. Okay, so in that case, the let's see, other. Okay, so he manages to shield it with you. Swing your blades at it, but you just hit 2 of the duplicates, and the double image now runs further into the trees, where he's hoping to get away from you guys. And with that, Maldraff, you're.
Son of a gun. Let's see what I can do. Firstly, I'll move over. Because that'll put him back in my Spirit Guardians.
Nice. Shall do it on the next turn.
I think it's just when they enter it, isn't it? So I guess it would be...
He was already out of it, so he ran out of it. Either way, it works the same.
Yeah, he will. He'll make that roll on his turn because he will start in that aura.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Seeing what spells I can actually use on...
Fair enough.
You have
Hold
hold
person.
person.
No, all my things were used. I didn't get them back, did I? Because we didn't...
Yeah, we've not had a long rest.
Yeah.
I saved all of my spells.
I will say hold person, if you have it prepared, is level 2, so if you have a higher level one, that's something you could do.
That is a good point that I didn't think of. Well done. Then yeah, I guess I'll hold person at, I guess, 3rd level.
Okay. So I believe is it a dex save he has to make or
A
wisdom?
wisdom.
Wiz, yeah.
It's not an advantage. So he loses that and then gets you can see as you manage to stop him mid as you manage to seal him up.
There we go. Like, really, we just need your help. Just settle down, please. No more T-Rex shenanigans.
Maybe another persuasion roll, but with disadvantage.
As Jonan crisps on crisps.
Oh well.
Oh boy!
That natural one seals the deal, I think.
Yep. I was just seeing if I could roll another one.
He looks back and goes, "I will not fall for your really, really elaborate, long-winded plan to kill me."
Well, stay there then.
Actually, it would be impressive, but I just remember hold person doesn't allow him to speak, so it would be more like. So, with that, we come back to Jean. You're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna sigh move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's technically restrained now, so if he breaks the spell on his turn, and wait, no, I'm not gonna hold my action because I do want to just speak up and say, very exasperated by the turn of the day's events. We've tried to be diplomatic 3 times and only once has it worked out. I'm just going to say, we came here as potential allies, and we are still potential allies. I understand that you are completely out of your wits, but you attacked us first, and we may be but you attacked us first, and we may be willing to overlook that. If you stop all of this and just talk with us.
John, just gag him and bind his hands.
Make me one more persuasion check with disadvantage.
What, me?
No.
I was going to say we're on the same team.
16.
He dances around and goes, "No!"
Okay. Would it be part of a move or bonus action to just use the rope in my pack to bind his hands behind his back?
I mean, you moved already. You think you used action to do the diplomacy. I think that's an action.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I still have a
technically,
bonus.
talking's a free action, and I've been given. In fairness, just for consistency, I've been giving the talking as an action. So, I've still been making the persuasion checks out of the turn order because other people have attacked and ended the roll. So, with that in mind, I'm going to say it's an attack action for you to try and make let's say a dexterity check to bind his hands.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm pretty sure use rope as an action.
Can I? Can I apply advantage because he is currently rock still?
Yeah, that makes sense, yes.
Then how is he eating crisps?
21.
Sorry about that. But yeah, that's a success. You managed to grab his hands, tie them behind him, and so he still makes.
Oh, are you grabbing the mirror image or the real dude? I'm sorry, this is funny.
That's actually a good point.
I think, but the thing is, he's
still one, yeah.
Yeah, he is under the effects of hold person, so I don't know how. Two of his clones have disappeared, so I think the DC is changed.
Yeah,
it's 11 plus.
Oh, you made it.
So
yeah. If you're under, you're good.
So you try to throw the rope around it, but the mirror image around it disappears, and you hear
no, you
just
actually hit him.
slightly
It's 11 plus for it to hit the clone.
Yeah, if you're under, you're good.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, you manage to. There's the clone disappears as you just barge past it and it just wrap round it. So he's still going, but you have managed to successfully tie his hands behind his back.
Okay, and I'm and I think as it stands with the actions I've taken and can take, I'll just.
Okay, that pretty much has used up your turn. So Seth, you're up.
I'm gonna hold. Yeah, I'll hold my action if he breaks free and attacks, and then I'll hit him with an arrow and then leg or something.
Righto. Okay, so you're holding an action, Keldrin.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we just supposed to impress you and solve your riddles? Oh, okay, I'm gonna cast a fairy fire on him.
Okay.
That would have worked if there were any mirror images left.
So, Atsu is under confusion. A cloud of pink glittery fairy dust flashes above him. All the pink spreads and pebbles are flying around the air, and he's now lit up like a Christmas tree. So, yeah, everyone can pretty much see where he is now.
Sorry.
Like a crazy bald Santa Claus.
Alright. And, Ward, you're up.
Ward rushes over there. Can make it exactly.
Okay.
Oh no! He's glowing! Should I take him out?
We're still trying to convince him to join us, remember?
Oh yeah, you can't convince a corpse. Yeah, we went through this.
I'll pipe up and say, maybe just get him down and bind the rest of him so he can't run off.
Or speak.
Could you roll a d20 for me? See if I grab the still remaining mirror image.
No. He used up all of his clothes, so it is still here.
No, if he hits him, the clone's still there, I believe.
Well, I lit him up, so it should have gathered
Yeah.
only around the real dude.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
good
Yeah.
point. Yes.
That's basically it's basically negated his spell. So
Yeah.
Okay, Ward's really stupid, but not that stupid. So, I will, try and grapple him.
Okay, go ahead, and because of Verify had advantage.
Any attack roll has advantage, so.
And also, he is still like paralyzed and frozen.
Yeah. So, but between the whole person and the fairy fire, I'm not even sure
having his hands tied behind his back.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be really easy to just get him down and hog tie him at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
you would
with
be the
Ward's strength,
natural
he should
one
just be
to
able
do
to
it.
pick him up and just lay him gently down on the floor.
I imagine
Yeah,
because
so-
he's like all like frozen, Ward sort of picks him up and folds him into a pretzel, and then puts him down on the floor.
Okay. So with that, as it comes round to his turn, as he combat has died down, as you finally manage to literally wrestle him to the ground, as he be completely unable to move, his hands tied and glowing pretty much brightly for all to see, so it's impossible to hide. He's just laying on the ground going.
Oh, is that a spell?
I don't think so.
Okay, and I will now say you're all out of initiative order, although he does have to make a wisdom saving throw because the Valkyries are still.
I mean, if we think he's neutralized, then I'll dismiss them because I don't
Okay,
actually want
fair
him
enough.
to get killed.
Fair enough. So I'll just turn the aura off in that case, and I'll say you're all out of combat.
Okay, I'm just gonna thumbs up Ward, grab the pretzeled mage and prop him up against a tree.
Okay, so
Uh,
We're
Ward-
going to have to undo the thing if we want to,
Ward rifles through
have
his
him tell
pockets,
anything.
takes a staff or whatever he's holding on him, takes it off him while he's
He's-
still frozen.
he's currently holding a staff, a very simple spell book, and a dagger.
Yeah, whatever he has, taking it off him before we release him.
And as that happens, Jean, still semi-winded from being spat out on his back and probably covered in maybe a little T-Rex puke,
Hello.
is just gonna lean up against this tree, glance at Maldrath, and say, "You're the best at this. You want to take this one?"
Oh. I'm gonna turn to the mad mage. It's like, if I let you go, you're gonna behave yourself. Blink once for yes, twice for no.
He crosses his eyes.
He first blinked 3 times, then after a long pause, he just goes. Just gives the one.
All right. Okay. Well, being as Ward's right next to him, so should any antics ensue, I trust Ward to be able to deal with it.
I'm a
So,
wizard now as well. Look, I've got a staff and a book.
Well, what more do you need? Right, I'll release him.
He his muscles relax and he goes, "Oh, you will never defeat me. I know how to get out of it."
I mean, we did just defeat you, but could you just listen just for a second, please?
Go ahead, but you will never change my mind.
I mean, do you want Strahd dead or not? Because that's what we're doing. And we kind of need your help.
Well, of course I want Strahd dead, but the question is, do you really want Strahd dead, or are you just messing with me?
No, we really want Strahd dead.
Right,
And,
quick, Paul, put your hand up if you want Strahd dead, everybody.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want Strahd
Raise
dead.
his hand.
Completely dead.
He's
And-
like,
And
Mage
I'll
tries
add
to raise his
to. And as I raise my hand, I'll add. If you need proof, we have been on something of a single-minded mission to shall we say, deal with as many of his followers as possible. We can prove it to you firsthand.
Sorry about your
Go
spell. I
on.
know that was pretty high level.
As he says that, I lean back and think, well, well, we have been at this for a while. There was the cult of his supporters we recently took care of in this city. We are about to embark against his werewolf followers, and we do intend to strike at the source of his power. Would any of those suffice as proof?
Don't forget, he's got like a couple of really big assassins out on us, and I don't think he'd do that if you wanted us alive.
Very compelling stories. However, they are also just stories at the moment. Plus, you have a druid. I know the druids work with them. I have seen it.
We are not natives.
You don't look like people who work with Strahd. Well, he does, the man with the dark cloak. He looks very much like someone who would work with Strahd. But
I mean, I was rocking this look way before I even knew that this place existed, so, you know.
Yeah, Maldrath was an OG.
I'm just kind of.
And you're a giant red monster. I can't believe I just noticed this.
Well, you're a human that turns into a T-Rex, or perhaps a T-Rex that turns into a human.
Oh my gosh.
That is a good point. Which way round was it again? Ah, I see what you're doing there. You're playing mind games with me.
I used to be an elf.
Sir?
Enough.
Sir? I just wanted to, I'm not sure why the druids did whatever they did, but, I want to fix it. The land is not the way it should be.
Also,
That
didn't
is
we
a compelling
murder
argument.
a bunch of those druids? I think I remember something like that happening.
Jean will agree with that by way of saying they did stand in our way, and thus far, with the exception of the man himself, those of Strahd's people who have stood in our way have not had the best track record.
You make compelling arguments. It's true I've not seen a dwarf. It's true I've not seen a druid quite this small. But maybe Strahd's changing tactics. Maybe he's using adorableness to get me to drop my guard.
Jean will
What?
almost contemplatively under his breath say, "That is a good argument." But then he'll speak up again and say, "Have you known many dwarves to make their home in this land?"
Well, to be honest, I suppose that is another compelling argument, but then again, I don't come from this land, so therefore, how would I know? I mean, I've seen plenty of dwarves in my time, but I have never seen any dwarves here, so Strahd, I guess? I don't know. What is this?
Why? We're just trying to get out too. If we can, we're just trying to get out as well. We need help. Please?
Help! 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 You can see him starting to get really agitated and tense now. And it's like, help! I'm sure they won't help. I'm sure many people want to.
What were you looking for? Maybe we can help you find that. You might trust us.
That's it. That's it. I know it. I knew you were after my book, my special spell book. I knew you were all after it. You gotta trust these people. They say they'll help. They say they help, and then they don't help. They run.
I'll cut in over sorry, Keldrin, you go ahead.
I can probably find it for you, sir. I have the spell locate object.
No,
And
I don't trust anyone with that spell. Why? I can't remember. What? I don't trust it. Okay, I don't trust anyone.
I'll cut it over that and say, for what it's worth to you, not a single person in this party has a use for a spell book. Literally none of us.
But I know you would want to sell it. I know you would think it's valuable money. I know what you would venture. What's an adventure? You can actually see him tense up as like his brain is starting. It's like it seems to be his mind is almost fighting itself at this point.
You think maybe he's cursed? Maybe Strahd did this to him.
I think that's pretty. I think that's probably. I mean, can I try and heal check him? Is this like something regular? Is this like regular insanity, or can I feel like traces of magic?
Go ahead and I'll say go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Maldras, could you help me with this? Maybe it's maybe it's magical, maybe it's not.
Yeah, I can assist for sure.
I don't.
Advantage. A medicine check, you said?
Yes, medicine. Oh, tasty.
Nice.
You see this, you look at it and you see that you still aren't looking at him, and Keldrin, you suddenly, as you look at him and your sweat moving in his eyes, you suddenly, there are elements of, he appears to be having some kind of mental breakdown, but you suddenly recall something. Those nights and that dream you had with the metaphor, you remember hearing something about the land preying on people's weaknesses, and you start to wonder whether there has been some kind of influence in that, because you were seeing him fighting himself, and you remember hearing the stories in the dreams about it it preys on weaknesses, and it preyed on some of your weaknesses and bad memories, and you begin to wonder whether something similar happened to him.
Sir, do you have dreams about a rainy forest in black and white?
How did you get into my mind? I had a mind blank spell and everything!
No, I think that's why you're confused.
Confused? I'm not confused. I'm not confused.
Okay.
You're all confused!
I'm gonna back away. Maldreth, I think this is... Restoration!
So I'm just gonna have to ask you to calm down.
Step away from the vehicle, please.
Calm down. No, it's you that need to come. Or is it? Maybe this is all part of your plan. I don't know anymore.
I don't think I've got any spells like that prepared.
I mean, it is close to evening, so we can just sleep
can
with the
rest
crazy
and change
person.
your spells.
I mean, can I just persuade him to just relax a minute?
You can. Okay, you can try. It would be a disadvantage given his state.
Given that he's like bound.
You are at like a plus 20 billion to your persuade though, so
Don't jinx it.
Wait, I would like to assist by conjuring a healing spirit that's just gonna bathe him in like a sunbeam, just like a gentle sun, like leaf dappled magical sunbeam.
Okay.
It says a nature spirit to soothe the wounded, so maybe it's gonna help a little bit.
Okay, yeah. In that case, make it a straight persuasion roll.
We really are trying to help you. It wasn't a one.
With the combination, with the combination of that and the light, he stares up at the golden sunlight, and a sort of strange serenity comes over him. And as he continues to talk to him, Maldrath, he just sort of stares up at him in silence for a moment, and then goes, Fine. Fine, I can see that you are very cunning. I shall... Well, you may take me for now, but be warned, I will fight you. I don't know anymore. He relaxes.
I love him.
I've gone from being terrified of him to being aggravated by him to pitying.
I think there's been enough fighting for today, don't you?
I suppose. I mean, if nothing else, I need to get my spell slots back.
And I'm just going to slip my helmet off, sigh, and then clonk back against the tree. My days just keep getting weirder. I have been chewed on by a dinosaur.
Oh, are you okay? I'm gonna move the sunbeam over to you guys who've been hurt. just take a little time in the sun.
I imagine we're taking a long rest because it's nighttime just now, so
For flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
I'll
shitty
say
attempt
that-
at an Australian accent. I apologize to everyone.
All right, I will say that don't expert of this. Once he finally settles down, you guys all. I'll say, hey, Ward, you just essentially huck him over your shoulder and firemen's carry him back to town with his hands still tied behind his back, just to make absolutely sure he doesn't try anything. And for the moment, you manage to wander back to Vallaki, and you are able to give a very basic report of what's going on. You've explained the Vistani is standing down, and you also explained that the mage is kind of up with Rocker, and he's going to need to be restrained for the moment, but we are hoping to heal him soon.
As we are going back, I am going to pull Meldrath aside just a little bit.
Mhm.
So,
Right,
I think that for people that have, mind weaknesses, this land somehow latches onto that and makes it worse.
Yes, I've been having some troubling dreams too. I think you're correct.
Oh, I didn't think that you'd be. I thought it was just okay. I mean, there is one spell that I thought might work that I have, and I think might be in your wheelhouse too. The Lesser Restoration. I don't have full restoration yet, but and it kind of helps with those things. And I thought maybe if we work together, we can figure something out or make it more powerful, or I don't know. He's been like this for a long time, so probably.
Well, if I rest on it, I think if it is a curse, I should be able to remove it.
Oh,
If it
okay.
is.
I'll prepare a lesser restoration for after the next rest then.
Okay. And so...
Ward's gonna talk to the guy, like, just for a little bit on the way back. Kind of try and reassure him, but he's also sort of trying to reassure himself.
Please don't wind him up.
You know they're gonna find a way to fix you, and they fix you, maybe they can fix the Lycans and that vampire boy, and maybe even me.
He's mostly quite nice about that. I think at the moment he's just kind of giving himself up and is just kind of lying there very exhausted at the moment.
But seriously, are you a dinosaur or a person?
Are you human or are you dino?
It's like I'm pretty sure I'm human, but maybe Strahd made me think it was that case.
I love this baby so much. We gotta fix him, y'all.
I really was an elf, you know.
That was something I did not expect.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, and by the way, when I said regain my spell slots, I should let you know that my spell slots, I have over 1,000 of them, so I'm not saying I'm weak or anything. I can still totally crush you.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to your spell book until you be a good boy.
Can I
Didn't
have a
think that one through.
can I have a look at that staff?
Certainly.
Please?
Anyone can see it except him.
You have a look. The staff is, it's very exquisitely made. It's you can tell whoever this guy was in life, he was able to acquire enough money to make something a bit more fancy and ornate than a regular wizard would have on his person.
I'm like consistently reevaluating my opinion on this guy, and like I look at the staff and it goes up another level, and I'm just like, oh my god, we gotta fix it. Anyway.
Okay. With that, after giving your brief mission report, you all make your way back to the Blue Water Inn to pretty much either get drunk or go to sleep, or whichever.
I'm gonna say that Jean is tempted by his lifelong vice, but for the first time does not drink himself into a stupor.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, likewise, Ward took a point to empty all of the containers he had. Really, until this is through, there's no time for that.
Okay.
Even if it does help
I'm
you
living
forget.
for this character development.
Even if it does help you forget, he put it all on the line. With Jean, so no forgiving or forgetting.
All right. And with that, sorry.
I was going to say I'd like to buy our guest some food, and just as a way to sort of try and break the ice a bit.
Okay.
I see now. You poisoned me. You are trying to kill me.
After several after a lengthy debate of him saying exactly just that of you're trying to poison me, and then him trying to suggest that, oh, but how can I eat if but how on earth can I eat if my hands are tied up? Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Wait, do you want like a live goat or something?
How do you eat those?
Well, I don't know, you're a dinosaur.
Oh, never mind. And he very cautiously just kind of leans forward and takes a bite of what you provided him. And just goes, I can see that the poison is at least not instant.
I mean, I'll just eat my food and just be like, well, I mean, it's not poisoned, but okay.
I love him. He's like a Pratchett character. He really is.
And with that,
I am furiously flipping through my spells if there's anything that I can do, but I don't think so.
And with that, sleep becomes easier for some people than others, but eventually you all will find your way to sleep one by one, knowing that today has been a very active day, and it's probably going to get even crazier from here. But for now, it's time to get as much sleep as you can, as much rest for whatever the next day brings. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Alright, guys, stay with us. We will be right back. Enjoy the character break screens, and we will see you very soon.
I love this guy.
And we're back.
Alrighty. So, sorry about that pause. I was just trying to. This is what happens when you have so many musical tracks on standby, folks. Okay. So, you guys wake up and you guys wake up at the Blue Water Inn. You very quickly have breakfast before moving on to the first order of business, and you find yourselves back at the Burgomaster's Manor. You repair whatever spells you think might cure the mage's madness, and very quickly the maids and cooks hurry you through to the kitchen over here, and they say, we didn't really have a prison for him, and Mr. Leo said that we should put him in comfort, so we only have the pantry. Could you please fix him? He's been ranting and raving at anyone who steps inside.
Yeah, he does that.
That's the hope, at least.
I just wanted to tell you guys that Leo did tell me, and it's not really a complaint, but he does like his food really, really well done. Like, ridiculously well done. So, just, you don't need to inform him about that, but if you could just cook his stuff so it's really, really, really good, like almost charcoal. He actually really loves that.
Okay, I'll try, I guess.
Okay.
Oh my god. I will, can I sleight of hand her aside to say, no, don't do that? That's a bad idea.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Oh boy. Okay, is this a disadvantage still?
I don't know if it's stealth or sleight. Is sleight of hand an actual check in this, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just stealth.
Okay, yeah. In that case, just a regular stealth roll. Because Ward's focusing on very intently on this lie.
Oh, nice.
17.
Yeah, he just about managed to snip it under Ward's notice, so she's just looking confused and goes, okay.
I'm just gonna stage whisper, like, well, not really stage whisper, but just to confidentially say, he fucks with people. It's what he does.
Yeah, I was just imagining you standing behind Ward's shoulder, and while Ward is saying that, you're just like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and with that, the doors of the pantries ahead of you this direction.
Me first.
I'll follow in behind Maldrath and Keldrin.
Also, can you actually see Oh, yeah.
yes.
Okay, good. Just because we had that issue before. Okay, you all step inside, and you see the maid still struggling against his bonds, and the chair he's now also been tied to, rocking back and forth, going. You find him lying on his side, and just a few short distance away, you go, "Curses! This prison is impregnable. I even used time stop, and that didn't work. I could barely move."
Can I help him sit upright on the chair? Like,
Yeah, Ward's,
pick the chair back up.
Ward's gonna lift up the chair and go,
chair and
I'm
go
gonna
back up.
rotate the whole room, watch. Whoa!
okay, right. We've got a few things we can try to maybe help you out.
I would like to say that that the first thing I say upon entering and seeing him raving like a madman is, "Bonjour."
Good morning.
I'll
Speaking
try.
Elven, that's exactly what Strahd. Oh, wait, is it what he would do? I don't know anymore.
So I'll attempt to remove curse on him.
And
Okay.
I'll try and underpin that with a lesser restoration to kind of enhance it, or should I just cast the spell?
Okay.
Ward will do this. Oh.
I will say, okay, the two of you begin to cast your separate spells, and he starts to dull a little bit, like, well, you go, and he sort of lulls a bit as the spells slowly work their way over him. And Keldrin, make me a nature check as you're doing it.
Okay. Normal. Not intelligence.
Oh!
Oh!
As you're performing the spell, initially, the double spells seem to be, they lessen the effect somewhat, but he's still looking addled and tense. And
I just had an idea. Keep going.
as it weakens, you suddenly begin to. There's like a strange sensation surrounding him, and it's something that it feels invisible, but it feels a lot like when you were first trapped in the wolf form, when you first activated the miasma armor. In fact, you still kind of feel it.
That's
still
what
feel
I thought.
Yeah.
I have miasma armor prepared. You said it kind of takes darkness from around me and manifests it into the armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and cast it and pull the darkness out of him specifically.
Okay. As you do so, make me one more nature check.
I'll cast it at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that'd be 15 points, if that means anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, not another nature check. Oh no, come on, please. This is not gonna be as good. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones.
That's still okay. That's good.
It's strained and shaky as you're doing it. The two of you are focusing hard on the. At first, you're watching the matter and Keldrin do healing matter. Then you noticed this strange black oily substance. You've seen it a couple of times, but it starts to swirl around Keldrin once again, spiraling. It's spiraling, falling around her, and it's actually getting more thicker than normal. And as you're doing this, Keldrin, you feel, as it starts to pull around for the land, you feel a slight tug at it from. You feel a slight tug at it coming from him as well. It slowly starts to. You can feel the grip lessen on him just a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more.
Come on.
A little bit more. And as he's flashing, he starts to go, what's going on? Well, who are you?
I'm just concentrating furiously.
We're trying to help you.
Help me from what? From what? Eldred, maybe one more nature check.
I believe in you, Keldrin.
And while we're at it, Maldraff, also make me a persuasion check.
Okay, hopefully between these two things. Oh,
you begin. You still feeling lessened, and it's now becoming a massive strain for you to maintain the actual summoning for so long. You're kind of just still straining, getting. He's
okay.
Sorry,
is this darkness like manifesting in something being pulled out of him?
Not quite. It's more like it's. As far as you can tell, it's just materializing around Keldrin. You're not 100% sure what's going on, but you feel you can see that he's having a bit of clarity. You don't know where or not to connect it to Keldrin.
I'm just
okay.
I don't know how long I can hold this. Just ask him the stuff.
I'm going to move in, place a hand on him, and say, Pelor, if you're there, show him the light. And I use my 5 points of lay on hands to remove a condition.
Okay. With that in mind, Keldrin, make me one last nature check, but with advantage.
Oh. You're a merciful DM. Please, 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 please. Oh.
Okay. It's okay. You channel the light into him, and the darkness continues to pull. He goes, I cannot. I won't believe you. I know you're messing with me. And it's at that point that you feel the grip loosen as you cannot keep it anymore. You still have the armor, but you no longer feel that pulling sensation. You kind of reached your limit. It's the sensation I'll describe mentally. It's like you've been holding a tug of war for so long, and then finally the rope just slips you, and you stumble backwards, propping yourself up against the barrel behind you, going. But as
I'm sorry.
He looks back at you. He looks a little calmer, but he's still telling you like, "What did you do to me? I don't trust you. What was that power? What was it?"
I'll glance down at my hands and then to Keldrin and then back to my hands and say, I'm still trying to work that out. It was working though.
Like, if that makes any sense, I think there's like a darkness and it's actually manifesting, and I like tink the armor, and sometimes it can like, I was trying to pull it out of you, but it didn't work. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna puffing like he's like, you can see part of his mind slowly processing and trying to work it out. It's like, no, lies. It has to be lies. I am more than Kaiden. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. No, I cannot believe this. I will not be defeated by you. Leave me be. Leave.
I'll pipe up and say, we have 9 more days left to try this. I'll glance down and add, you did good, given what we're dealing with.
This stuff is just gross. It's like trying to hold oil in my hands. It's just, ugh.
I'll,
with my mind in my hands. Ugh. I want out.
I'll just sort of indicate toward the door and say, well, let's call that a day then, shall we?
Can we put him somewhere nicer?
It's hard to get much nicer than this when you're bound the way he is.
I'd like to, but at least he can't escape here.
Maybe we should also have him gagged. As much for the safety of the maid's sanity as for him being able to cast spells.
Hate to do it, but he's right.
I had to agree to such a thing given his circumstances, but it's for the safety of him as well as everyone else.
Okay. Hey, at least we know his name now. What, Mordekainen?
Can I run a history check on that? Because
go ahead.
I've come from civilized places and out of character.
Yeah, out of character. I'm sure you're freaking out right now.
I am
vibrating. It's
yeah. In character, by the way, Jean is about as educated as a brick because he was drunk when he was supposed to be learning this.
He's not.
I guess he remembers.
Wizard.
You've at the very least heard the name. It's kind of like, you know that he's a famous person outside. You can't exactly recall exactly what he's done, but you've seen a couple of books with his name on them.
Name people after famous people. We don't know that it's him. It's like,
I mean, MVL has a book with his name on it, but Ward doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll, actually, you finish, sorry.
I'll say that you know vaguely that it's kind of like you're vaguely aware that he's a big deal. Like if it is the same person, because there is that possibility that it could be someone with the same name. But as far as you're aware, it's the name of a pretty famous mage who's gone on some adventures, written some books, but you don't know much more than that. It's kind of like it's like you know a celebrity, they're all the rage, but you haven't really bothered to look into it. It's just, oh yeah, I know he's a person people rave on about.
Like me with K-pop artists. Okay. In character, as we're leaving, I'll say, if he's the same Morton Kanan I remember, he is far, far stronger than, well, I had imagined going into this. For his sake, for the time, it's better that he remains somewhere he can do as little damage as possible.
I hope Leo takes good care of him.
Of all the people outside of our party just now, I would trust to do such a thing. He's close to the top of the list.
Whilst it's comforting that we could get a powerful ally this way, it does mean Strahd is just as powerful as we imagined if he could best someone like this.
I'm not entirely certain it was Strahd who bested him, and not the land itself. Still,
That's almost worse.
it is something to keep in mind.
Let's go gather Esmeralda and the Dusk Elves and go fuck up some werewolves.
Okay.
Before we go on,
Right.
just Keldrin, and actually even Lily, between all of us, do you think you could work out the phase of the moon? I mean, surely Lily might have a more close awareness of the moon, and between our nature skills,
I mean,
it's
try.
kind of a ticking clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
Make me. One of you make me a nature check, but with advantage, because all three of you are starting to work on it.
I'll lend advantage because my nature isn't so high.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll try. Let's see if I roll another 4 and a 5. Oh well,
Nice.
I needed
Nice.
that before.
Okay. So the two of you who begin working together, Lily Lily starts muttering, "It does feel it's starting to get stronger," and you kind of almost relish the fact of focusing on anything other than the darkness that's still manifested around you in the miasma armor. So
Yeah.
you take notice of the nature that you take a moment to open up your mind, listening to everything you can possibly count: the river, the plants, the sky above you, and in you, a slow feeling comes over the. You then suddenly feel a cold chill run down your neck as you suddenly come to the realization the full moon is probably going to be tomorrow night at this rate.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Lily, how dare I ask your transformation? How bad? What can I expect?
Lily sighs. It will be a rush of emotions. Everything you feel right now, imagine that times by 10, maybe even 50. Your anger, your fear, everything really, it comes over you and you, for a moment, completely lose yourself. I mean, it's such a rush that some of us just give into it. It's the other way we can live with what's, I mean, I tried to fight it for so long, but after Frida, then you can try to resist it, but just prepare for the fight of your life. That's all I'm saying.
Pants, I hate to interrupt this role playing, but you just did a remove curse?
I was just gonna say, does that work on the whole werewolf thing?
Well,
We don't
you
know
did-
yet.
Well,
you don't know, but you do know that Esmeralda gave you a remove curse scroll. So there's some basis for it.
well, being as I have it prepared and I've got some spell slots, give it a go.
Okay, who are you going to try it on?
Seth's been bitten as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
I think we came to the conclusion that since Lily was able to handle it, at least for the time being, that he needed to stay in that state, at least for the time being.
Lily
Yeah.
actually denied the scroll. So
Yeah, and she's been that way longer and has better control over it.
In that case, I'll extend a hand out to Seth and say, we can try this at least.
It's worth a try.
And power remove curse.
Okay. As you do this, you place a hand on Seth's arm, and you call on Celeborn and all his powers, and you focus in on it. And Seth, the light floods you. It feels warm for a moment. And for a moment, you feel nothing. Then you start to feel lighter. You hadn't really noticed it before, but there was like a sense of mugginess that was clouding your vision before. And as as he continues to press his hands on you, your mind suddenly becomes clearer. The little part, the sort of sense of sluggishness, these slight irritation, slight fear and anxiety at the back of your mind, it lightens a bit, and you think you're not 100% sure, but you feel like something's been lifted off your shoulders. You definitely feel much better than you.
I definitely feel better. I suppose only time will truly tell.
Well, at least you've got a group of friends around you in case anything does happen.
You have my thanks for trying.
But at least
Really
we know what
speaks
the
up.
moon's doing.
Hey, if anyone's gonna tear me apart in my sleep, I'm glad it might be you, Seth.
Lily growls, so tactful. She then looks up at, she then closes up and looks towards the Maldorf and says, but if it does work, thank you.
let's get to killing some werewolves.
Okay, as you step out, and as you all step outside, the maid from LA knocks on the door said, but before you go, Mr. Leo, Mr. They said they wanted to discuss. Ah! She then looks directly at you, Keldrin, and the dark oil still flooding around you, going, "What is that? What is that?"
I'm just gonna hide. I'm just gonna back into the room and just go behind the door and just like.
I'm just going to casually wave it off and say, it's something that she does.
Okay, I'll just let them know they're coming then, and she just bolts down the door.
You might have noticed we're a weird bunch.
You'd have
She's
thought
well
for
gone
people
by
who
then.
live in a cursed land, they might be more accustomed to seeing weird shit.
Keep in mind that these people have been forced to do festivals. That's all they've known for. So yeah, with that,
Ward's gonna hold Maldraff back for just a second. Just like a second on the way out. Maldraff, you can just remove curse.
I mean, it's not really in my skill sets, but I guess maybe like I tend to just try and murder undead, not, help the living until now. So maybe.
I'm not very educated on magic or the divine. I hadn't really thought of it being that simple.
I mean, whatever you want, we can try it, I guess.
Let's press on for now.
I am staying in the fucking room until we leave.
I mean, you can still dispel the armor, so.
The fuck no, I'm keeping this shit. That's 15 extra hit points, y'all!
Fair enough, okay.
Does that last for the day or what?
Now 1 hour, but maybe we'll need some werewolves on the way. I'm not taking any chances.
I mean, an hour in D&D
Okay.
is a long time.
Okay. So, I'm just going to move everyone except Keldrin to the meeting room now.
Oh, we still need to buy some cold weather armor. Clothing.
It does not have to be fashionable. It has to be functional. So,
Hang on, where's Ward?
He's still in the room with me.
There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, so. You then all quickly move into the meeting room where the others are waiting for Leo looks up at you and her. Ah, you joined us. Excellent. So, how have you dealt with our mad magey friend?
He's slightly less mad, but it's a work in progress.
I'll add, if he is the same man, I remember sharing his name, then he is incredibly powerful and incredibly well known.
And also not known for being mad, so I guess that's, if he is who he says he is, that's a point in our favor.
Alrighty then. Well, keep up the good work then. In the meantime, there was one other thing we wanted to talk to you about. You mentioned the Dusk Elf fellow who he said he had a way to get into Castle Barovia? Ravenloft, I believe it was? Well, regardless, if he does have a way to get in, I would, we've been talking, and we would actually advise you take the offer, because we just realized something. We've no idea what Strahd is keeping in that castle. After all, we are preparing the town's defenses, and we are hoping to launch a strike, preferably before the 10 days are up, but, well, we don't really know what he has at his disposal. I mean, the preparation's all well and good, but if it turns out that, just for the sake of argument, he has like a dragon lich in him or something, then, well, it's better to know these things, is what I'm saying.
Can I, I'm not sure if it's an insight thing, but I'd just like to comment that's a very peculiar thing to just pull out at random, considering,
He chuckles and goes, well, I don't know what Strahd has. I mean, that was just the worst thing I could think of.
wait, Leo, you're a time traveler. Go in the future and find out what he's got.
Jean face palms.
It unfortunately doesn't work that way. In fact, the first time wasn't even my choice, though it was better than dying, which I suppose was the other option.
If we use this avenue for reconnaissance and it fails, we won't be able to use it as another approach to getting into the castle. He'll obviously find a way around to stop us from doing it again.
He sighs. That is true. The only other way would be full-scale assault. Well, maybe question his method. See what you can find out about it. If it feels like something you could do more than once, then I would highly recommend it. It seems to be that's the only key we have to get to the Strahd on Strahd, and any information about him. It seems to be the only advantage we have right now.
Clearly we're still a bit foggy about it, but I think it was the last avenue we were gonna head down.
Of course, but I'm just throwing it out there. There was a plan.
I believe we'll only be able to go one or two of us as well, especially if we're trying to be undetected.
I volunteer for a suicide mission.
I'll pipe up, sort of bypassing Ward's comment, and say, if nothing else, we can use it to get into his treasury. He has something in his possession that I suspect may at least even the odds in our favor, or if nothing else.
Oh, actually, hold on a second. Ward goes to the window, opens it up, and gets outside and looks around.
And just ignore, just sort of treating that as part of Ward's character. Jean goes on.
We've been listened to before.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a perception check while that's going on.
Jean will add to a sentence. If nothing else, finding that artifact may at least put a part of this land to rest.
Alright, Ward, as you're looking around, you don't see anyone outside listening in, but you do hear a little bit of noise outside, but it's confirmed what it is pretty quickly, as only just 1 second. Where are you?
I imagine Ward comes back in with a cat and said, "Lock it up. It knows everything."
If it's a T-Rex, I'm gonna be mightily angry.
Okay. All right, Keldrin, I'll answer your question in the chat at the moment.
Chill.
For the rest of you, the rest of you, the door suddenly barges in, and Lavash, followed by two Vistani guardsmen, shut them up. They go, I suppose he goes, hello. So this is where all the big decisions are made, is it?
Well, not really, but hello.
At this point, Philip bows his head in his hands and goes, I take it you're the leader of the Vistani? Ash raises an eyebrow at this greeting and goes, well, I'm the one they listen to, so close enough, though we don't tend to use fancy titles like that. So, do I get a seat or do I have to stand here?
I'll glance at. I'll actually give sort of a pointed look at Leo and Philip and say, well.
They sigh for a bit, but eventually Danny gets up and offers a seat, which Lavash sits around and just takes, and for a little bit of measure, leans back on it and puts his feet up on the table. He goes, right. So, you're all wondering how to fight Strahd, is that it?
Well, it has been the topic of some conversation.
Right. Well, in terms of the town's defense, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news, I've managed to convince some of my boys to stay, on the proviso that we can live here, you understand? The bad news is, including me and those fellas, it only ranks about 10.
Well, 10's better than...
Go ahead.
10's better than none, so...
Exactly. I like his thinking. At which point, Philip something goes, true, but it's still pretty much useless in the grand scheme of things. Anything else you guys could offer me? Anything useful? Lavash kind of makes a Lavash grunts and goes, Well, not much. We were only ever ordered to keep an eye on those dust girls. I'm sure I could ask around, see whatever information the other clans were organizing, but given that some of them went into banditry, and the others spent most of their time living by a waterfall with a fortune teller, then probably not anything related to Strahd's evil plans or whatever.
I'll pipe in and say, I do have it on good authority that this man's brother may prove to be a problem, but I imagine that's more of an issue for the five of us to deal with.
Yep, but I got his own man. Philip buries his face in his hand, saying, right. So, to top it all off, in exchange for letting you live in this city, you give us 10 men and completely useless information. Is that it? Puts his feet off the table, leans forward and goes, that's a bit rich considering that you asked for our help. I don't think you are in a position to be picky about anything. And who the fuck are you meant to be, anyway?
Fuck you, Philip.
Philip sighed. I am the new Borgmaster, and as such, I'm the one. As such, at which point Navash lets out a laugh and goes, "Ha! I thought it was the guy with the beard. I mean, just a few days ago, you were just a Gengar following these guys around. Ha! One has never ceased. I mean, who the heck did you have to pay to get to this job?"
I'll chime in and say, Philip, I recognize your doubts, but are you of all people truly in any position to judge based on the are you of all people in any position to judge these folk on the grounds of being given higher status by circumstance? Give it thought at least, and bear in mind that I suggest you give it thought at least, and bear in mind that these people have been put in their position by the same circumstance that put you in yours.
Philip signs and goes, All right. You're fighting men at least. And we've got a couple of new recruits who they need help toughening up, so I suppose if you know a few tricks, that might be one way to improve their combat prowess. At which point, the Vask grins and goes, yeah, we know a trick or two. It'll be fun to see how you guards actually fight. All right. He then gets up. I can help out and... Wait, who is that? And you notice Esmeralda has hurriedly stepped out and is making her way towards the door. To which body goes, who the hell was she?
A friend.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. She's also Vistani, right? Or at least she's Vistani looking.
She is Vistani, yes.
There we go. Okay, cool.
So he makes it look like he wants to protest and goes, whatever. All right, boys, come on. We've got some recruits to meet and a town to explore. He then, as he leads the door, he goes, oh, by the way, I hear you run a nice tavern, he says, looking at Danica. I'll see you later. And walks out before slamming the door behind him.
I'm actually going to pardon myself from the table to catch up with him just briefly if I can.
Mm-hmm.
as he's approaching the exits, I'll just call over, Lavash.
What?
I'll consider my words and say, take care of yourself. I've seen enough families torn apart in my life.
He raises an eyebrow, then smirks and goes, no need to worry about that. Being careful is pretty much all of our middle names. Later. And with that, he marches out.
I just sort of give a chuckle to myself and say, all I can ask, adieu.
Mm-hmm.
And I return.
Okay. And from that point, the meeting pretty much wraps up from there, and you, Esmeralda passes one small bit of information to the maid, saying that she'll meet them outside, very, very hurriedly, which you're not entirely 100% sure why, but as you leave, you quickly run down everything you're planning to do, and you step outside to gather supplies. So, once again,
I would like at some point during the meeting to bring up with Leo specifically as a fellow heavily armored dude, just sort of the two of us piping up and saying, by any chance do you know a way I might be able to commission a better set of armor? I thought this suit specifically could see me through all of this, but I've been falling to stronger attacks than I've expected here lately.
he goes, maybe perhaps see the smithy in town. It will be a bit of a struggle. The smiths in this town are only acquainted with very basic sets of weapons and armor from my experience, but you never know, they might get lucky with a bit of inspiration.
I'm thinking a suit
of which. Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, I'll keep my machinations to myself. Out of character, I'm thinking a suit of half-plate because I love half-plate.
Fair enough. And this one he says, Also, speaking of which, he then hands you a slip of paper. He goes, I've noticed you were being when you were praying, I noticed a certain symbol you have. That came from the Silver Dragon Knights, didn't it?
Correct. Maldrath informs me that it's an archaic form of... that the Morning Lord is an archaic representation of your god, Pelor.
He says, yes. We had only just learned his name in my time. We were transitioning from it. But yes, he pulled out a scrap piece of paper, which, given because it's Leo, it's like being written in very fancy script, but you can still read it. He goes, it's an oath that they used to read. I'm just going to drop down your area a second.
All right.
He said, I only heard it once or twice, but it was a good one. If you'd like to carry on their work, then it might be good to say it out loud once or twice. Anyway, good luck with your supplies and your journey. I'll do everything I can here.
You're a good man, Leo. I have faith in you. And I don't say that about many people. Best of luck to you. And I suppose, given our professions, may the light shine through for you.
He smiles. Indeed it is. I only hope with Pelor giving me this chance, I don't fail to protect my kingdom this time.
It's all we can hope. And as an aside, Jonan, if you whispered me something or sent me something on Discord, I did not receive it.
I thought I'd put it in your in. It should
Hello!
be in the
Imagine
Roll20
in the
journal now.
journal, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Roll20 journal. You should see it there. If not, let me know and I'll add it there in a second. And to finally respond to Keldrin's request, the staff itself, it's not in. When you have a look at it, it's like the staff is with a crystal that could. It's more designed to effectively channel magic rather than store it. It's not a. You get the sense that it's not a magic item. It's more of a focus he uses to maintain his spells. There's no additional effect or additional spell stored within it.
Okay, cool. Good to know. I couldn't be able to use it, right, to enhance DC or anything.
Unfortunately, not.
Cool.
Is it like an arcane focus?
Yeah, it's more of an arcane focus than anything. You can use it as a weapon if you wish, but it wouldn't be stronger than any other weapon.
Nah. I was just curious.
Okay. And so, with that...
We need cold weather clothing.
I was going to say, time to get some warm clothes.
Also, Keldrin is going to stay in the house and give Maldress some money and be like, I'm just not going to leave.
Okay, actually, I'll tell you what. Also, just to make it so that you can maybe hit it about, maybe a stealth check as you try to get out there.
Oh no, I'm just in the pantry. I'm staying in there. And as they come back and like, hey, we're gonna leave and go shopping, I'm like, okay, I'll stay here and here have my money.
Okay, fair enough. So
before I leave, I was like, so what size you like? Should I just get a small? Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, probably kids' clothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that, but I didn't want to be.
Because there's no dwarf stuff.
On the other side of that, I need very big stuff. Do they do bear clothing?
Say,
we might need some climber's kit as well, guys, if we can find some. I am relegating myself to a position where I cannot interact. I hate it, but this is the character that I made.
Okay, so it's worth noting that I have 2 ports of call. I would like to visit one of the smiths and see what I can do to inspire a suit of half-plate to appear, and then I would like to stop by the temple.
Okay. I'll say you take a brief visit to the... You take a visit to the smiths, you describe what they want, and they will... They will take your measurements and make me a persuasion check. Just a second.
Okay, because I suspect we're going to have a long rest, like an hour between now and werewolves happening, I will invoke human determination. Because I want my half-plate.
Wait.
I like half-plate.
I feel like if they are going to make half-plate, it will take longer than the time we have, most certainly, to make a full set of armor. Not to crush your dreams or anything, but certainly it's going to take a very long time to make armor.
Well, it's worth a shot. And by the way, human determination comes back with a short rest, which is...
Okay,
so I imagine an hour is going to pass between now and then.
Okay, fair.
I hope not, because that means no miasma armor.
10.
Okay. You explain everything, and he's going,
Oh, it's that dude.
Okay. I think... I will try. His response doesn't give you a lot of confidence, but just
it's worth a shot, and in the meantime, I'll just keep an eye out for better things on the road.
Okay. Meanwhile, you're doing that, and you guys are going to get climber's gear, which
And warm clothes to keep us warm in the very, very cold places we're going.
the first port of call is the stockyards, who they they look at you and goes, what do you? Oh, it's you. What do you want now?
Simple things. Climbing gear would be wonderful.
Okay, I'm just finding the prices for it now, but I believe...
We're not gonna be paying an arm and a leg for them. I'd sooner take your arms and legs.
I mean, that's
Okay.
in terms of hard bargains. That's a good one.
He looks down at them and goes, well, he rummages through, sees what he can find.
Whilst,
Just trying to find all
whilst he's rummaging, who's looking about? Who's in the shop? Because I know what this guy's like. He's gonna charge us a fortune.
The wife is currently rummaging through the packages. He's just staring at you, smiling politely with a twitch of fear in his eyes.
Okay, Ward is not dexterous. There's no chance of him stealing anything then. That's fine.
I can just imagine Ward trying to shoplifting, literally just picks up a shelf and walks out with it.
Okay, so he goes, right.
With full eye contact, just like...
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it? You can't see me.
I used to be an elf.
Is right. Normally, we would charge 25 gold for this, but because of you, it's 50 gold.
I mean, that
Okay,
seems,
Ted.
that seems fair. I
What's
think.
What's that for? The cold weather or the climbing
The
gear?
climbing gear.
Ward's just gonna like take out his weapon and then just like hold it in front of him and examine it whilst he sweats a bit more.
That's it. We also have a couple of coats here, but they're more like raincoats. I don't know how effective they would be for the cold. That's about 2 gold.
I just got all the blood off this thing. You think it looks shiny?
It's worth. I would like to add a thing to my itinerary. I would like to check in and with either Leo or Philip and see what was repossessed from the Watcher estate, because maybe they had some nice clothes.
Okay. They have a look around. It's unfortunately they seem to have coats very similar to the one Ward pilfered off their son. There we go. Although they also said they found when looking through the chest, they found some curious vials that seem to have some kind of liquid in them. They haven't quite ascertained what they are.
Gonna bring those to Maldrath and Keldrin.
Okay, in fact, probably since you're in there, it's probably quicker to bring them to Keldrin since she's still in there hiding. So.
Yeah, I'll just bring him to her in the pantry and say, well, nobody else see it. These were repossessed from the estate we raided. Nobody else seems to be able to make anything of them.
Okay, let's do that after the stockyard thing is finished.
Okay.
Good.
I mean, does no one have some nice coats we could borrow for a day or two?
Could you fashion curtains into clothes?
Well, the coats are fine. It's more cold. At this point, the wife speaks up and goes, "Oh wait, what about those wolf hunter guys? They have wolf pelts all the time. That should be pretty warm."
Huh. Alright. Point us in the right direction.
I have 2 wolf pelts left.
Okay, so
we'll pay for the
Sorry, go
climbing
ahead.
gear and leave, I guess.
Okay, so that's 10 gold overall for enough climbing gear for all of you.
I'll take that out of
And-
the party funds, y'all.
Okay. You launch around town for a bit until you eventually find the wolf hunters, who I'm just going to bring in their tokens just in case anyone's forgotten what they look like. They as they're walking around, you notice if you guide in the direction that there's sometimes they like to hang around the entrance, sometimes near the inn. You eventually walk up and find them, and you meet the. You're greeted by a Rocky the Beard, who, admittedly, you've had a bit of a rocky relationship over your stay in Barovia. But he comes up and goes, "Oh, there's a new people. What's up?"
We were just wondering if you had some wolf pelts that you would be prepared to part with.
We did save their lives when the invasion happened, I think. I think I remember that. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I'm wishful
Yeah, you-
thinking, but...
Well, actually, he speaks up and goes, that's great. That's good to hear. I mean, I've been meaning to pay you back for saving our lives there. That and the masked man. I still don't know who the heck he is."
I wouldn't worry about him.
Trying to desperately find his token. See,
That mysterious masked man. So cool, and yet he's always disappearing.
Yeah, tell me about it. He spent most of the time looking over the wall, watching the battle, and then leaving. At this point, his friend also speaks up and goes, "Leaving." And he goes, "Well, we've got to..." He opens up. "Let's see. We have a couple of wolf steaks. We have a ton of wolf pelts, some of which we've been able to fashion into capes. One or two, bit of a coat, those thing there, but those are a tad bit more on the expensive side of the price range. I mean, I can do a discount, but we also do need money at the end of the day."
Party funds are
At which point
hella. We've got 470 in gems still, y'all.
He was giant for a moment.
Yeah, I know.
Look at this fine curtain. I have several of these. They're yours.
Thank you, mate, but that's kind of useless for us, but I really appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
And his friend speaks up again and goes, "Appreciate it."
But, yeah, how much are we looking at?
The Thunder looks through and goes, "Well, if you just wanted the pelt itself, I would say 5 silver pieces would cover it. If you want the cape, it's let's see, hang on.
Well, we need
I'll give that to
clothing for 5 people. One really big. Yeah, one really
about this
small by
high?
comparison. And if you could make, like, mine look really scary. The small one has been called adorable by others, so you can make it kind of adorable clothing. And then the others sort of mid-tier.
We're not. No, look, we're not like textile crafts here. We can just about.
You can't put a silver
stuff-
stake symbol on them as well, can you?
I
Look,
don't
we
think
can
we
only.
have time to craft.
He says, "Look, we're not like artisans here. We can only really just about sew them together into something that's actually wearable." His friend speaks up and goes, "Wearable." He goes, "Okay, here's what we can do."
You really added to that,
For your-
thank you. Yeah.
He then speaks up and goes, "Okay, the cape would probably fit around your small friend. That wraparound tail, that's about 2 gold pieces. For the standard coats for all of you, that would be about 4 gold pieces. And for you, I hate to do this because you did save our life and all, but to make something custom in a short amount of time, it would probably cost you about, I want to say 5 gold for you. Maybe 6 if you want me to do all that embroidery crap."
Just buy some regular stuff and wrap it around yourself. We can tie it in place. It'll be fine. We're under time crunch.
Maldrath,
I
I'm
am
not
not here.
Maldrath, I'm not good at bargaining, is that good?
It seems perfectly fair. I mean, yeah,
So that was
it's great. It's
2
great.
plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5. That's like 500 gold, right?
More like 250, but I mean, we're getting a bargain. Don't worry about it.
Alright, yeah. And oh, he's gone giant again. We saw you were really close
his
to me
friend
for a
this time?
moment. You looked much bigger than I thought you were. Yeah, and if you could make it look kind of cool as well. If there's any possibility of like putting a silver stake in them, like just draw it on with ink or something.
I've read a couple of friends down the way have some paint left over. I guess you could try it on that. But yeah, we could probably just fit something together.
Brand net recognition is important, and it's something we really need to get home. Because then when we sell T-bars down the line, people are gonna want them.
And at this point, his friend suddenly goes, and then just sort of odds the other guy whispers into his ear and goes, okay, yeah, well, that's a good idea, actually. I'll tell you what.
You could be the official
For 5
stockists of our merchandise.
Yeah, let's say for 5 gold, we can get several of our wolf cakes and quickly sew them together into like one large cake that goes all around you. Will that suffice?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so they begin hurriedly stitching together this makeshift cloak for you that fits all the way around as you hand them all down. And as he continues, he goes, well, I know we're not the greatest seamstress, but hey, we're up to the challenge. And Richport, looking to his friend, just goes, yeah, up for it.
Well, thanks, you really added to that. Want to do like a little 12?
At this point, he slaps back and goes, you don't understand our love! And which one the other one goes, no, leave it, it's not worth it, it's not worth it.
Before they get too far into this, can I just I mean, my clothes are going to be black, right? That's sort of my aesthetic right now.
We're gonna go to a guy with some paint, see if we can dye him. Well, you look fabulous,
Oh my God,
Maldraff.
we
We'll
need to
sort it
go.
out.
Okay, so...
We can do this later.
When we get back, I'll just be
By the
like,
time
where have you
they-
been?
It's been like 2 days.
But we look
Okay.
cool, though.
That's like 10% of our total stay time in Barovia.
Okay, so by the time they've managed to stitch this, it takes about half an hour by the time they've managed to stitch this cloak together and throw it on you. And thankfully, because
Y'all have left without us.
by the time you've managed to they've managed to stitch together a wolf pelt that wraps around you pretty warmly. And in answer to your question, Maldrav, the wolves here tend to be of a darker color anyway, so it's mainly a kind of a dark grey with a bit of light silver mixed in between them. So.
Oh, that's aesthetic. That's aesthetic on you.
That complements the black quite well, actually. You know, good job, guys. Well done.
Okay.
It can be
And
any
so, with
colour
that-
as long as it's black.
Okay. And so, with that, is there any other business you would like to sort out? Or...
How much
I'd
was
like
that
to see
total?
about
I'm
getting
taking
some
out of the party funds. Sorry, Odin. I'm just doing the party funds so I don't forget.
Mhm.
That was like 20 total?
Pass.
Let's see, it was
yeah.
5 for the cape, 2 gold for the regular... 2 gold for the regular... 2 gold for the cape, 3
Right,
for
so
the
it's
coat,
19?
and then 5 for war.
Oh, I thought it was 4 for everyone else. It's 3, okay.
Alright,
Oh no,
cool.
you're right, I did say 4. Okay, so...
Yeah, 19 then.
We're at 19, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. So 19 gold overall. And then, yeah, sorry, Odin, you were saying?
I want to see if I can track down some studded leather armor.
Let me just double check. You go back to, you once again go back to the stockkeeper and ask about the armor. They rummage around because they're throwing out a lot of their armor because it tends to be a lot of old rusted stuff. And let's see. Of course, armor is all the way at the back. Okay, so they managed to rummage around and goes, he pulled all this out. This bit of studded leather manage to pull out underneath it all is this bit of studded leather. Looks around and goes, "Oh yes, managed to find this." He then looks at you guys and just goes, "Okay, I'll level with you. It's a bit rusted, so it's not great, but it should still be serviceable. So, I mean, it's normally 45, but I would, it might be reduced a bit in value. I don't know. What do you want to pay?"
Let's call it 20, and I'll chuck in the armor I'm wearing now.
He's probably not going to get better than that, but I'm fine. So he takes it. He trades you the studded leather armor for the leather you have on now, and I'm glad he takes the 20. He's just happy that he managed to make this with something and not lose his head.
I can't help but feel we've got a reputation.
Only with these two.
I'm guessing it focuses. It works exactly the same as studded leather, just looks a bit rusty.
Yeah, pretty much.
You get a -1 to aesthetics.
I will say, out of character, if Jean sees the state of your armor, he will probably offer to make it look a little less crappy. Because I mean, look at that chainmail. It's seen some shit, but it still looks on fleek. And I hate myself for using those words.
Okay, so with all of that, it's been about 40 minutes, so you all begin to head. I presume, unless you guys want to do anything else before you leave.
I do have one last thing to do in the temple. You don't even have to change maps for it because it's relatively simple. I would like to just do a quick prayer at the shrine.
Okay.
It's going to be the thing you sent me earlier plus a little lead in, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll, while the others are going about their business, I'm fairly close to the exit anyway. I'll kneel in front of the shrine and say, just sort of placing my sword in front of me as the offering of my blade, I'll say, "Hello, Lord of the Morning. I've seen enough to know that you do, in fact, hear me, so hopefully you hear this as well. I've been a man prone to making mistakes and doing terrible things in the throes of impulsiveness, both out of your service and in it. I don't ask for forgiveness. I ask for the opportunity to earn it, to see the light, and hopefully bring it to this place. So, on that, I swear this oath. Under the light of the morning, Lord, on the wings and hearts of silver, we strive not to harm, but to protect. We seek goodness, not evil. We value life, not wealth. We see souls, not race. May the morning light guide us and enrich us, and may the silver dragon inspire us. This is the vow we share. This is the sword we wield."
Once again, you're not 100% sure if anyone heard it, but you do feel a sense of warmth and satisfaction after having spoken those words. And as you read it, you feel your conviction, your belief strengthen.
And with that, I'm going to take out the wine skin that I've kept with me literally since a decade ago. Just place it at the shrine in front of me and say, "And for all of that, I leave behind my undoing. For whatever good it does someone else.
Okay. And with that,
And I'll take my sword
This is-
sheath. Take my sword, sheath it, and just, without any flourish, leave the temple.
okay. And with that, about 40 minutes have passed overall, and you make your way out of Valaki. I'll say-
Potions, please. Sorry.
Yes. Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm fantastic at these. I'm so great with my +1. It's gonna be average. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
You feel that you've seen something like it before, and you run around, and then you suddenly realize, oh wait, yeah, I see this at the smithy. It's an oil of sharpness. It can be dipped onto a weapon, most commonly arrows, to give them magical properties. So there's only a small amount of it left in the 2 bottles, but essentially, if you dip it onto a weapon, it briefly turns that weapon into a magical weapon, so it can empower a weapon for a battle and then dry off. So
Dope.
Applying that to my longsword. I've said that before.
That
okay.
sounds dirty.
There's some crazy
Second
phrasing
one?
in there that we shouldn't even approach, so let's just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes.
There
Moving
was
on.
a second one?
Yeah, there are 2.
Of
They're
the,
both the same
of the
potion.
same,
Same
yeah.
thing, okay.
Yeah,
Another
they're
roll?
both oil of sharpness.
Oh,
No,
okay.
2 bottles of oil of sharpness.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna give
with that, you step
one of them to Jean and one of them to Ward. Is your current weapon
War just
magical?
points towards Seth.
Yeah.
All right.
My sword is very magical.
Okay, cool.
You put that on his bow and you get, like,
Well, I mean,
Strahd terminate.
you would have to put it on the arrows, not the bow.
All right. I'm giving one to Jean and one to Seth.
Okay.
I got Maldraff and I got the warm weather clothing. I could not get it made to look cool or to look adorable or to be embroidered. I've failed you all.
Mm-hmm. And with that, you begin to head outside. With all of this, the time is almost 10 a.m. and 9 days remain. I have to do it. Anyway.
Ramping up that tension.
Of course. And now, you all step outside of Alaki in a second. Where the heck is that map gone?
We have lost the world beneath our feet. Truly, Strahd's power knows no end.
No. You haven't lost it completely. You just end up being slightly.
It's like when you walk into a room and you forget why you came in there. It's like,
Oh, all the
Oh, wait,
time.
I remember.
It's normally to get coffee.
Not quite the right map. I don't know if you're all 20, I really do. Anyway. Okay, you all step outside and you actually meet Lavash, who's taking through the gate guards or the basics, or just sort of droning on. So they say, hey, yes, you just swing the knife around like this, and you just there's a knife around. Oh, hey, I'll get.
Hey!
Keep up the great work. We're going on an adventure.
Yeah, thank you. You're taking Casimir along. He's fine. I'm just a bit moody for my liking. Which Casimir, grunts and goes, trust you're all prepared.
Yeah, we got some warm weather clothing. You guys are telling them the pointy end goes in the bad guys, right?
Oh, yes. Particularly the low end. That's the part that does the most damage.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know everything I do now, so good luck.
I'm Jean up on his horse is just going to, and I think Ward and Maldrath only will be able to hear him mutter, "We are royally screwed."
As you so you're about I'll start making preparations. You see a little bit further that Esmeralda is sort of keeping her head low, trying to make it so that her face is obscured, and go, yes, let's go very quickly, please. Let's get going.
Esmeralda, is he your ex or something?
Right. At which point Lavas goes, wait, Esmeralda, that's the bitch who stole our horse!
Oh, god damn it.
Let's go! Come on, everybody. We'll catch you later.
No,
I just sort of motion her to follow and say, all things are forgiven. Let's be going.
Then damn it, I'm not
Should've
forgiven.
jumped
That
into the
was,
back of
and
the
at that point, as he's screaming, something else got. It seems to get even more confusing. As, give me 1 second.
Ward, what the hell, guy?
Well, you know I don't think
Yep,
about anything
yep,
before I do
yep.
it.
Good shit, good shit.
Okay. Before you can set off, however, you know a bunch of travelers are walking their way towards you, and you see that a lot of them are bleeding heavily. So some of them are barely on their feet. They're struggling towards you. One of them steps forward. She seems to be holding it together better than the other thing. It's the town of Valaki. We're injured. We need help.
Just gonna step forward and ask what happened.
As soon as I get a chance, I'm insight checking these people.
I would also like to actually see what's going on because they don't look right.
He goes, we were escaped from our home. We were trying to, and at that point, Lily suddenly steps forward and goes, Zulekia, what are you doing here? The other woman steps up and goes, Zana will say that this sudden burst by Lily has thrown you off. So she then goes, Lily, look, please, after the kindness I showed you, and then Lily interrupts again and says, I know, that's why I'm letting you breathe. What are you doing here? Talk. Now.
I'm getting up my silvered axe.
Sighs, looks back at her comrades who are all injured and says, Asylum or Alliance. We don't care which one. Either will do. She looks at...
Details!
How can we trust them?
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, sure.
I would also like to do that, and I have a feat called Empathic. I can use my action to try and get uncanny insight about one humanoid I can see, make a wisdom check contested by their charisma deception check. If my check succeeds,
Okay.
I have advantage on attack rolls and ability checks against the target.
Okay. In that case, I'll roll charisma in a second. You roll... Oh, wait. You know what I meant? Charisma, right?
No, deception.
Yes. Is a D20 right? You actually can tell with that she is desperate to heck. Like, it's not that she's telling the truth. This is literally her last gamble. She is, but she's trying to remain strong in front of the others, but she is desperately pleading at this point. And she makes up and goes, We need safety from Kirill. He's gone mad, even more so than he had before. He's ever since he lost to you, he's one loss after the other. As soon as he heard Crowley talk about how terrifying you were in combat, he went in somewhere. He gained this weird power. Every time he dies, he comes back in a weird form. And then after he lost to you, he went directly to Strahd. And it's insane. And at that point, before he can speak up, there is a sudden, and one of the guards next to the gates goes, and falls to the ground.
Are we being attacked?
An arrow has just come out and felled one of the guards, and everyone, including the stragglers, looks around, wondering what the heck's going on. And there's another, and the second guard falls to the ground.
They're trying to distract us. Everyone, get ready.
No, wait, this has nothing to do with us.
You're lying.
And no, I swear. But at that point, you raise your weapons, and she instantly clams her paws out onto the ground and puts everything down except her ears, which poke upwards. She takes them over there and goes, 6 of them coming in, surrounding us all. And it's at this point there's a bunch of shuffling, and some people step out of the undergrowth going, would you look at that, lads? One naughty bitch has given the game away, hasn't she? Everyone is, and you're looking around all of them, and Lavash suddenly, you watch all these people step forward, and Lavash suddenly goes, son of a bitch, what the hell are you guys doing? One of the goes, oh, we're only doing the sensible thing, which you clearly aren't, seeing as you're now wagging your tail between your legs and working with those fuckers. I growl, you dare speak to me like that, boy? I'm doing this. This is the first time I've been starting. The first time I've been starting on doing something important, and you step in like this. There you go. Same as you, but we have our orders, and we're being paid well. So he loads a crossbow bolt and starts pointing at all of you. Might as well get this on, shall we?
Really hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I guess we better do.
And at that point, before, just as loaded their crossbow bolts are about to attack, you hear a second voice. There's a technical that goes, before any of you do anything rash, there is a sudden rustle, and then that was the wrong player, that's why. Hang on. Two more guards step out, followed by Arigal holding a crossbow bolt at Aribal's head. She is struggling, but he still places a knife and goes, everyone, since you are rational people, I'll give you a very simple choice. Drop your weapons, or the girl dies. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, folks.
Well, that's quite a cliffhanger that we are dangling on right now. Well,
I have never been this angry in a session in my life.
Even when you were a cat.
In my life.
with that said, guys, we are going to pick this up next time, and the action will continue. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like or a comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. And if you like, you can also support the channel on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Once again, thank you for watching. I've been MVL, and I will catch you next time.
And thank you for everybody for hanging out on Mixer, and then we'll go find someone to host. And I'll see you soon.